Hi Taurus, I'm G1 Writer with G1 Insights, and this is your monthly focus for the month of January 2020. This is your life and love energy, so I'm going to talk about love, a little bit of life or career, whatever it is that Spirit is giving me, that is what I'm going to deliver. So I really could appreciate if you guys can hit the bell below and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys as one of my subscribers, and thank you guys for tuning in, and Happy New Year. It is 2020, Taurus. This season is very personal for you. And it's very personal for you because Uranus has been in your sign for like the past few years now. Like I remember when it was entering Taurus, I got really excited because I knew that there were going to be shifts. I knew that there was going to be a lot of changes. And so for you, this season, like to kick the year off, you're dealing with a lot of personal feelings, and you're going through a lot of personal changes and developments and experiencing things that maybe you feel like a bit familiar, like deja vu a little bit, like, haven't I been through this already, And so it's a lot of personal, really a lot of deep personal feelings towards just everything involving like your career, your personal life, your family, close friends, partnerships. I feel like you guys are reevaluating a lot of things. So a lot of things that you were already thinking about, or maybe thought at one time that you already had a thought about something, it's like now you're sitting back coming up with a whole nother plan. Not because the first plan didn't work out, but because you just are now, you're seeing things for what they are. And so you're seeing things through like a tunnel vision now. Like your vision is different. Your goals are different, I feel like you want to focus on the bigger, the better, the bigger picture. So you're no longer in this phase of just sitting back, but I feel like Spirit wants you to do that. And not just sit back, but kind of get out of your own way. Because I feel like you guys are like, okay, give me advice, God, I don't know what to do, but then when the answer is coming to you, or at least an attempt to come to you, you somehow kind of try to take that control back. And so Spirit is saying, ask for what you want and then get out of the way, okay? Because you will be granted whatever it is that you desire. However, you have to learn to get out of your own way. You have to learn not to self-sabotage because of fear or because of things that went wrong in the past, and maybe you feel like, well, it didn't work out before, so I know it's definitely not going to work out. Don't have that mentality, Taurus, okay? This is the season where you're being granted to change your life if you want. If you really, truly, truly want something to change, this is the month to do it, because there's a lot of personal planets that can be affecting you as well that is in your sister sign, Capricorn. And anytime the energy is that close, guess what? Anytime Capricorn or any one of your sister signs go through this huge transition like this, of course it's going to affect you, okay? It might not be as huge or as powerful, but it is going to affect you. Okay, but for you, it is all about your personals, your personal life, your career, intimacy, your sex life, your marriage. It's all about everything that is personal to you. If you are not married, then you could be thinking a lot about love these days, wanting a relationship to work out, wanting to get to know someone, okay, or maybe just simply trying to understand things. And our Spirit is saying here that, the Observer card came out. So, Spirit is saying, listen, I just want you to pray for what you want, and get out of your own way. And I want you to just watch how dramatic your life is going to change. Everything is not always meant for us to understand. And sometimes things will fall apart. People will argue and people will move and all those type of things. Or there can be like huge shifts happening around you. And you may be sitting there trying to understand, like, what the hell is really going on, And I hear that a lot of you are asking. You're asking, like, I just need one guidance. I just want to understand, And Spirit is saying it's not always meant for you to understand. I'm taking you through this at this moment because I have something for you. And I need you to be aware. I need you to be strong. And I need you to know that, It's so easy to give up on so many things in life. But your spirituality, Taurus, is also equally important. And what happens is we get so caught up in life, and we get so caught up in our careers and our family and having that fun and that freedom. And we don't really cater to our spiritual side that much. And I think that is what Spirit wants you to do. I think that Spirit is like, okay, we hear you, but we want you to stay focused on your spirituality. We want you to focus on that healing, that part of you that needs healing. We want you to focus on having that faith or reigniting that faith. We want you to refocus on building that trust, not with just others, but even within yourself. Because these are the key points that is actually causing you to be at a standstill. It's causing you to feel like, well, how come this isn't happening? Or how can I make this work? Or how can I make that work? And the problem is we get stuck, because we're getting so caught up in what we don't have, or we get so caught up in what we're going through that we forget to say, okay, I'm taking my hands out of it. Have your way. I'm taking my hands out of it. Have your way. I'm going to learn to trust that Spirit has my back. I believe that the universe would not have brought this to me if it wasn't really trying to teach me anything. So this is the mindset that you have to learn to develop, Taurus, okay? So let's pull out your energy deck. I already kind of pre-shuffled. So let's just go ahead and give it another shuffle just for the hell of it. All right, but Taurus, this is a very, very personal month for you. This is a month where you, there can be some difficulties, but it's not going to be nothing that is too overbearing to the point where you can't cope with life in itself. But I feel like it's going to have a lot to do with partnerships or relationships with others, okay? And I don't even think it's friends. I think it's mainly like family, or like even in your career, like at your job or something like that. I feel like you would do really good this season to really, really focus on your issues like early on in the month, especially right by that full moon in Cancer. The full moon in Cancer will happen on January 10th, and that is the same day that your Uranus will go direct. And as we may or may not know, the planet Uranus is a very rebellious planet, so it has a tendency sometimes to make us feel like, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to forgive right now. I don't want to say sorry, And with the full moon being in Cancer, it is definitely about our relationships. A lot of us will get either emotional about partnerships or relationships. And when I mean in relationships, I don't mean like just romantic relationships. I'm talking about all type of relationships, friendships, partnerships, your boss, any type of relationship that actually means a lot to you right now. It could be you and your children. It's just a very personal month for you. And so use this full moon energy to really kind of speak your mind. If you feel a bit nostalgic this season, don't get stuck there. Just begin to be grateful and thank the universe that you have made it that far and that you're no longer going through what you've been through. Sorry, guys, a card fell. All right, so again, with that full moon being in Cancer, there's going to be a lot of emotions being stirred up. But with Uranus being here, look, anxiety came out in reverse, so that's good. With Uranus going direct on the same exact day, we're being a bit stubborn. We don't want to forgive. We don't want to say sorry. We don't want to, admit when we're wrong. If I know Cancer is the way I believe I know them, they're not that big on saying sorry. Like, they're not that I don't think that they, I don't know, just a lot of water signs are like that. They don't really, even if they know they're wrong, they just like to just move on from it, Like, it takes a lot out of them and a lot of courage to say, I'm sorry, I'm wrong, please forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt you. It takes a lot for them to say that, And I think that a lot of us will be affected by that energy this week, where we're going to be struggling with the I'm sorry, please forgive me, I didn't mean to hurt you part, And I don't think people realize how big a situation could be or how big it really is. So even if it's you or someone has done this to you, take the time out this season, Taurus, to really, really focus on what could you have done differently. What would you like to have done differently? What would you like to accomplish? What are some things that you really want to move past? Don't feel ashamed to feel like you need to go to therapy. And don't feel ashamed to feel like you need to sit down and talk to someone. You don't, So this is a very personal month for you. It really is. It's a very personal month for you. Now, going towards the third week of January. Another card fell out. Thank you, universe. So you know, going towards the third week of January, look at that. Look at this. Like I said, it's time to heal those parts of you, Taurus. A lot of you are really like, you know what? I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore, you know? Going toward the third week of January, we will have the new moon in Aquarius. And, of course, that's going to shed some light a little bit because then we'll be ready and more comfortable and confident to think outside the box, to start that business plan, to do something that we've never done. We'll feel a bit more excited then. But even with, you know, like I said, with you being an earth sign and Capricorn being your sister sign, why are your cards falling all over the place? Goodness. Look at this. Contract. Again, I don't know. Something is either like, I don't know if you guys are trying to form a contract or you need to sign a contract. This can be a lease. Like maybe you're moving somewhere. Maybe you're thinking about moving or breaking a lease. I don't know. But something dealing with some type of contract. It could even be marriage for some of you. Maybe you're talking a lot about marriage. Maybe you're trying to heal your marriage. But something dealing with some type of contract. Hell, it can even be a divorce for a lot of you, okay? And I don't mean that in like in a negative way. I'm just saying, like, for some of you, you might be celebrating it. So I don't feel pain here. I feel structure. You know, I don't feel pain. I feel structure. I feel like this is going to be a very strong, intense, personal season for you. You know, where you're looking at a lot of strategy and you're planning and you're strategizing. And as sensitive as you might find yourself this season, it's all for a reason. Because coming up during that Mercury retrograde in February, trust me, you're going to be thankful that you let all of these feelings out in January, that when February comes, you can focus. You're not as emotional. You're not going to be as, you know, so sensitive that you can't focus on logical issues. So we'll talk about that energy later, okay? But like I said before, as that new moon enters, we'll be a lot more happier then. We'll be a lot more excited. But like I said, with the 5 planets being in your sister sign, get ready. Because for you, Taurus, on the career front, though, you know, you will have a lot of conversations about your finances. You will be thinking a lot about, okay, how can we start? What can we do to build our finances? Do we need to save like $1,000 a month? Do we need to open up another bank account? Do we need to open up a savings account? What do we need to do to get to the point where we need to be like good? You know, I just feel like you are yearning for like that structure, that stability. You want honesty this season. And I feel like honesty is really huge for you this season. Like I said, it's a very personal, very, very personal season for you. But get ready for even feeling really renewed or rejuvenated even at work, okay? Really feeling like on top of your stuff. You know, like I said, I feel structure and discipline for you. It is a very personal month, which means you don't really, you're not really focused on a bunch of nonsense this season. You're like, okay, it's game time. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay, either we're going to be in this together or we're not. You know, either we're going to buy this house or we won't. You know, either we're going to invest in this or we won't. Like, I just feel like you have this no nonsense approach to things. And I think that's good. I think, you know, look, fate is here, my love. You just got to have that trust and have that trust even within yourself, you know? So it's really not a game, though, Taurus. It's not. I feel like a lot of, wow, look at that, okay? Like I said, that intimacy, you know, that gut feeling, that love, that support, all the things that matter to you this season is going to be so huge, okay? Pay attention to that gut feeling. If something is saying, okay, I really need to get my shit together, then get your shit together. If something is telling you that you need to start saving your money, start to save your money. If something is telling you, okay, I really need to be grounded this season. I really need to get serious about my education. I need to get serious about my home life. I need to get serious about my stability. I really need to get serious about my partnerships, about my relationships, about my marriage. I really need to get serious about me. Like I said, it's a very personal time. So this is more of a, like, normally you have no problem giving attention to people, right? Like you are really good at that. But the universe is saying, okay, enough of that. It is time for you. You have to learn to focus on you and what makes you happy and what is going to make you feel fulfilled and completely satisfied. And you can't do that when your mind is all over the place and when you're not focusing on things that really matter. Okay, so I love you, Taurus. Please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys as one of my subscribers. I love you. I love you. I love you. And again, Happy New Year. And I really pray that this reading resonated with you, if not all of you. Check your sun, moon, and rising, or your Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. And then maybe that can bring some type of accuracy to your problems or your issues that you could be facing. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.